Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. In this session, we'll be discussing from the 33rd verse of the 9th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is the second prayer offered by Bhishma to Krishna while he is quitting his body. Tribhuvana kamanam tamala varnam ravikara gaura varambaram dadhane vapuralaka kulavritana nabjam vijaya sakhe ratirastumena vadya. The meaning of this verse is, Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the tamala tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary systems, upper, middle and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face, covered with the paintings of sandalwood pulp, be the object of my attraction, and may I not desire fruitive results. So here is a description of the beautiful transcendental form of Sri Krishna, who is standing before Bhishma while Bhishma is quitting his body. Bhishma is very, very fortunate that Krishna has actually blessed him by his presence, actual presence. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains, when Sri Krishna by his own internal pleasure appears on earth, he does so by the agency of his internal potency. What is the meaning of the statement? Krishna has got three kinds of energies. Krishna is the Supreme Person and he has got energies which are serving him, which are working for him. So everything he does through the agency of his energy. He personally has nothing to do because his energies carry out whatever he wants to do according to his will. Simply he has to decide or will to do something and it is carried out perfectly. These three categories of energies are his internal potency, his external potency and his marginal potency. Internal potency is a spiritual energy and it is meant for Krishna's own purposes exclusively. The external potency is the material energy meant for the conditioned souls, and the marginal potency consists of the living beings, innumerable, countless living beings, some of whom are in the material world, the conditioned souls. Majority of the living beings belonging to the marginal potency are in the spiritual world as pure devotees of Krishna. So, some very, very small number compared to the number of living beings who are pure devotees in the spiritual world, the number of living beings in this material world as conditioned souls are very small number. So, when it is said here by Srila Prabhupada that Krishna appears on this earth by the agency of his internal potency, That is for his own purpose. The internal potency is employed. Internal potency is completely spiritual, as opposed to the external potency or the material energy, which has an influence on all of us, conditioned souls. It influences us by its illusory nature. The illusion that is created for enabling we conditioned souls to try to enjoy independent of Krishna, to try to think that I am independent, to try to think that I can be the Lord of whoever I want to lord over. This is the necessity of the illusory energy acting on the conditioned souls. So Krishna never comes in contact with the illusory energy or the material energy. Even when he comes to this material world is working by the action of the illusory energy or the material energy. But such illusory energy cannot act on Krishna, cannot or does not act on the pure devotees. Like Prabhupada, like Arjuna, the illusory energy does not act on them, the Pandavas. They are all pure devotees. And Krishna is the master, the controller of all energies, including the material energy. But he directs the material energy through his directors, through his expansion as Vishnu and empowered living being as Brahma, and through his incarnation as Lord Shiva. Brahma acts as the director of Rajoguna. Vishnu directs Sattva Guna, and Shiva directs the Tamoguna. Now they three, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, are acting as the directors exactly according to the will of Krishna. There are several verses in the scriptures to substantiate this explanation. Now, when Krishna comes to this material world, it's said here, he comes by his internal potency. So, exactly according to his will, his internal potency also will act for his own purposes. And then he appears in his transcendental form. Unlike us, even though we have a spiritual form, our spiritual form is covered by a material body or a material form. Krishna never is covered by any material body or material form. He comes in his transcendental form. That form looks like a human form, but it is his original form. Now, the attractive features of his transcendental body are desired in all the three worlds, namely the upper, middle and lower planetary systems. It's so beautiful. Krishna's form is so beautiful that everyone who can get an opportunity to see that beautiful form, they are attracted by all the attractive features. There are many, many attractive features of Krishna's beautiful form, transcendental form. Now, another important point Prabhupada says in this purport is that nowhere in the universe are there such beautiful bodily features as those of Lord Krishna. Now, if there is some particular feature which is very attractive for everyone, nobody else in the entire universe possesses such beautiful features. It's not possible. Therefore, the conclusion is that Krishna's transcendental body has nothing to do with any material creation, with any materially created form. It is completely different. Arjuna is described here as the conqueror, and Krishna is described here as his intimate friend. Now, Bhishma Deva is remembering the particular dress of Lord Krishna, which Krishna put on as the driver of Arjuna's chariot. Krishna was acting as the Sarathi, or the driver of Arjuna's chariot. So he was having a particular dress. That dress Bhishma is remembering. Now, while fighting was going on between Arjuna and Bhishma, Bhishma's attraction was drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna. And indirectly, Bhishma is admiring his so-called enemy Arjuna for possessing Lord Krishna as his own friend. Arjuna was always a conqueror because the Lord was his friend. And Bhishma Deva takes this opportunity to address Lord Krishna as Vijaya Sakhe, meaning friend of Arjuna. Why is he addressing Krishna as friend of Arjuna? Because Krishna is always pleased when he is addressed conjointly with his devotees who are related with him in different transcendental humors. Humors means rasa. There are 5 spiritual rasas which the devotees relish in their relationship with Krishna. Shantarasa, Dasirasa, Sakhyarasa, Vatsalyarasa, Madhuryarasa. Depending on the type of relationship, they relish different rasas. Arjuna is situated in Sakhyarasa. Therefore, Vijaya Sakhe, Vijaya Sakha. Sakhe is addressing, form of address. So, Vijaya is another name of Arjuna. So, Arjuna's friend, that is Krishna. While Krishna was the charioteer of Arjuna, sun rays glittered on the dress of the Lord, and the beautiful hue created by the reflection of such rays was never forgotten by Bhishma Deva. Devotees, simply by remembering Krishna's beautiful form, Krishna's beautiful smile, Krishna's beautiful dress, or Krishna's beautiful features, or Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's activity, Krishna's quality, anything, they are able to completely situate themselves on the transcendental platform, and they are never touched by the material energy. So Bhishma Deva, remembering Krishna's beautiful form as the chariot driver of Arjuna, he is able to immediately situate himself on the platform of Krishna consciousness. Now, Bhishma is himself a great fighter, and as a great fighter, he was relishing the relation of Krishna in the chivalrous humor. It's called Virya Rasa. There are 5 primary rasas and 7 secondary rasas. One of the 7 secondary rasas devotees have with Krishna is called Virya Rasa, chivalrous humor. Bhishma is situated in a relationship with Krishna as his devotee in the Virya Rasa, or chivalrous humor. So, transcendental relation with the Lord in any one of the different rasas or humors is relished by the respective devotees in the highest ecstasy. This is very important to understand, that a particular devotee's own relationship with Krishna is relished by the devotee to the highest degree. If Bhishma is situated in Virya Rasa relationship with Krishna, Bhishma relishes Virya Rasa to the highest degree. Radharani is situated in Madhurya Rasa relationship with Krishna, she relishes that to the highest degree. Arjuna is situated in friendly relationship with Krishna, he relishes that friendly relationship to the highest degree. So any of the rasas are relished to the highest degree by the respective devotees. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.